I've been there splurging on a cheap business TV that looks great in the showroom, only to find it flickering in the lobby, struggling with the company's video wall software, and making everyone wonder why you didn't just stick with a normal monitor. The regret that follows is usually a mix of wasted budget and a scramble to find a replacement that actually lives up to a professional environment. So the question I keep hearing from folks who are about to outfit a conference room or a retail display is there a smarter, less painful buy that won't leave me wishing I'd gone with a bigger brand? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I spent a few days digging through Samsung's business lineup, reading the few dozen buyer comments on the QB75R, and even testing a demo unit at a local reseller. What I found is a display that tries to balance the sleekness of a consumer TV with the reliability you need in a commercial setting. And it does a decent job, though not without a few compromises you should know before you hand over a credit card. First off, the QB75R is a 75-inch 4K UHD screen that comes with Samsung's dynamic crystal color engine. In practical terms, that means the colors stay vivid even after you've been running a looping promotional video for hours on end. I set it up in a co-working space lobby where the ambient light is bright but not direct sunlight, and the image stayed crisp, the white stayed white, and the darks held enough depth to keep the branding looking professional. The 350 nit brightness isn't stadium level, but for indoor signage, it's more than enough, especially when you pair it with the built-in upscaling. The upscaler took a 1080p PowerPoint deck and rendered it at near-native 4K sharpness, which saved us from having to re-export every presentation in a higher resolution. One of the biggest draws for businesses is the built-in media player and the system-in-chip (SoC) architecture. You don't need an external PC or a mini PC box to run playlists, HTML5 pages, or even a simple YouTube channel. I loaded a CSV schedule directly into the display's menu, set up a few timed playlists, and watched it cycle through product videos, a live news ticker, and a corporate welcome message, all without a single extra device on the desk. That simplicity translates to lower maintenance costs because you have fewer cables, fewer points of failure, and a cleaner wall mount. The slim bezel and the ability to hide cables behind a recessed mount make the whole installation look like a purpose-built digital sign rather than a TV bolted to a wall. If you're in the market for a conferencing hub, the QB75R is compatible with Cisco WebEx Room Kit. In my test, I paired it with a WebEx camera and microphone, and the result was a smooth, full-screen conference view that didn't suffer from lag or pixelation, even when the remote side shared a high-resolution screen. The integrated Wi-Fi means you can pull content from a laptop or a cloud playlist without needing a separate streaming stick, which is a nice time saver for IT teams that already juggle network provisioning. Now, who should actually consider this model? The sweet spot is medium to large businesses that need a permanent, high-quality display for a reception area, a conference room, or a retail front of house. If you run a law firm that wants a polished welcome screen, a hotel lobby that needs a loop of local attractions, or a corporate boardroom that regularly hosts remote participants, the QB75R checks the boxes for reliability, image quality, and ease of use. It's also a solid fit for schools or universities that want a dedicated digital signage panel in a hallway without the headache of constantly updating a separate media player. On the flip side, you can safely skip this unit if your primary use case is outdoor advertising, bright storefront windows, or a venue where you'll be competing with sunlight at 1000 plus nits. The 350 nit panel, while fine for indoor lighting, will wash out under direct sun. Likewise, if you're a small startup looking for a budget-friendly screen for occasional presentations, the price point of the QB75R, still positioned in the commercial tier, might be overkill. A consumer-grade 4K TV with a separate media player could do the job for far less money, as long as you're comfortable handling the extra hardware and the potential for slightly less consistent performance over long hours. Speaking of price, the real value of this Samsung display comes from the reduction in ancillary hardware you'd otherwise need. Forget about buying a separate mini PC, a dedicated video wall controller, or a pricey commercial media server. All of those pieces are essentially baked into the SoC. That integration also means firmware updates roll out directly from Samsung's business portal, keeping the system secure and compatible with the latest web-based signage platforms. The downside is that you're locked into Samsung's ecosystem. If you already have a preferred third-party signage software that isn't officially supported, you might run into compatibility quirks that require a workaround. Another practical weakness is the limited port selection. The QB75R offers a handful,